All right, so we're taking a look at Spider-Geddon number 5. It's funny, I was watching my dog was over here, and the cat likes to mess with him. She just like launches under the table at him, and he just gets all scared because he's a big wuss. So this event was set up to kind of coincide with Spider-Verse, which is one of the reasons why they made Miles like the kind of the main character of this book. In some ways, he's like the lead because Peter was out. Well, the 616 Peter was out of the universe for a minute, and then they brought him back. This has been a real hit or miss book. It's felt rushed, and like I feel like editing could have really helped this a little bit better, because this final, like, it just flies through. They do so much in one issue, it's almost like annoying. And you know, all of the tie-ins did not help this book at all, which really, they hurt it. They weren't done well. So that's the biggest problem with this. This could have been really good. This could have been a really good event. Had a lot of potential. There was a lot of cool stuff they were going on. They brought the PS4 Spider-Man in. Oh, and by the way, look at their tribute to Stan Lee. Right, okay, there's Stan Lee. What is this? Who thought this was a good idea? It's like black blank page, black blank page, Stan Lee. Why don't you like fill this up with his accomplishments and tell his story or something? Instead, every single Marvel book has 3 black blank pages and then his picture, and then they have like a memoriam up here on the top, and that's it. I mean, I'm glad they're doing something to acknowledge him, but for real though, like, this is like kind of a low effort, very low effort tribute to him, especially considering all the things that he's done. But, you know, modern Marvel, man, too busy on Twitter to think things out. So, yeah, R.I.P. Stan the Man. So, yeah, it starts off, they fight with the Power Cosmic or whatever, and it's just a big mess. So if you don't want to know what's going on, you know, usually I go into the story and just kind of give it a rundown. If you want to know, like, the rating, it's really a 2.5. The whole event is a 2.5. 1 being trash, 2 being bad, 3 being good, 4 being great, and then 5 being, like, masterpiece. This event was pretty awful, just because of the tie-ins and the pacing was all messed up. I liked a lot of the characters though, but I just it's a mess. For one, we'll get into it, right? So remember, Ben got taken to the Inheritors, and Otto was going to sacrifice him. It looked like they were, but it was a double cross. But Ben does die. Peter Parker from PS4 universe shows up, and he's like, you know, yo, you're not my Doc Ock. You're just like the evil one. And then he explains to him the plan that Ben was going to die, which turned the engineer inheritor crazy, because Ben's died like 30 times. And this is like, you know, he explains, and then he gets back on his side. Like in no time, he's just like cool with it. And it just felt rushed. This whole plan that he has, and like how he backed down from it in no time, just makes him seem kind of naive, you know? And then Miles shows up with everybody. He's got the Captain Universe powers, and he looks pretty cool. Like, he's got a really cool look. I like the design that he has. He does some really cool stuff. Like, I like the art in this book. The art's great. Everything on there is good. Like, there's a good use of dialogue in here too. We don't get like over dialogue. This is definitely not a Bendis book. But other than that, like, the action is all over the place. So all of a sudden, the Spider-Girls show back up from theirs, and they can suit up like Power Rangers now. They literally like power up. It says Spider-Girl, power up. Like they're Power Rangers. And all of a sudden, boom, they've got metallic suits. Where did that come from? And she's calling herself the Pattern Maker, which I know they talked about in Spider-Girls. I still have no idea what that is. It's just like shoehorned in to like replace the Master Weaver, the one who was the dude who used to be Inheritor that was sitting in that like wheelchair gold spider thing. And I just don't get it. What's that? You know, what is the pattern maker? So they don't explain that, or really these power suits out of nowhere. They're just kind of there. And it's like, okay, all right. I don't know what's going on, you know? And I've been following this since the beginning. And that's the problem with the series. I've read all 5 main issues and little bits of the tie-ins, and I'm lost. You know what I'm saying? And that's the problem with this event. Just like here, I didn't read the SpiderGwen book. I didn't have any interest in it. But for some reason, she pops in with a bunch more Spider-Mans, and it's like, huh? Like, why does she have them? What was she doing the entire time? They don't tell you. They don't give you any kind of a clue. It's like they expect that you have been reading all of those books. And you know how much it would have cost to read all of those books? $80. It'd cost you $80 to fully follow this story. And they didn't even release them in the right pattern with the book itself. They were all out of place. So even if you were reading them, you were still confused. And then it's like Ben Reilly's back now. He had his own series. It was 26 issues of him struggling to get his body back. But oh no, we brought him back to life after he died again. And Doc Ock reset him to factory settings. So now he's the Ben Reilly everyone loves again. Yet it was stated multiple times if he's resurrected again and again, his soul would be destroyed. But hey, you know, continuity, who cares about that, right? Who cares about that? It's like we don't even read what's going on in the other comic books. But Doc Ock has a plan, and it's the stupidest plan. This is how they decide to save the day. That's right. They transferred the consciousness of the inheritors into the clone tubes and turned them all into babies and erased their memories. How is that any different from death? That's so stupid. And then, oh yeah, Mayday's dad, he comes back to life too. Wah, wah. Then it ends. And they're all buddies. And Doc Ock's going to go back to San Francisco now. And that's it. Wow, this is dumb. This is a stupid event. Normally I would destroy it because it's so bad, but I have all the other ones, and I just have the set, and I'll just give them away in a Patreon giveaway or something. But extremely disappointing. This is trash. Marvel added again. Luckily, this is over, though. You really didn't even need to read it unless you're a Doc Ock fan and a Miles fan. Really, they said this is Miles' event. Doc Ock was the star of this event, in my opinion. And I'm looking forward to his series that's coming out next week. Superior Spider-Man #1. I'm so excited for it. This guy that was writing this story is writing it. But I'm not faulting him. The dialogue that he wrote, he did a really good job writing the character. And I think on a smaller scale, he'll do a much better job. They kind of set up the Norman Osborn Spider-Man to be the villain. So that's kind of cool. But overall, this is a huge disappointment. Such a sloppy, unorganized mess. And it's a prime example of just how bad Marvel can be. Anyway, that's all I got. That's all I got for this one. Like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think about this mess. Also, look at that. My fingerprint. My fingerprint as I was holding that book. What a joke, man. Anyway, I got a couple more comic reviews, but not many. This is a slow week. And I guess next week's pretty bad. So we'll probably spread these out a little bit, I'm thinking, this week. Anyway, that's all I got, guys. Check out the links in the description. Stream me and my Patreon. Throw that like up. Subscribe. Hit the notification bell. And I'll see you guys on the next one.